to tell me that I need to go back to a culture and a faith and a belief that told me that I was worth nothing without a husband, that in a relationship I just need to submit and say yes and cook 3 meals a day and praise God and it would all be fine. I don't think you understand the privilege you have to look at me and tell me I need to go back to that because it served you.
The whole thing, cooking 3 meals a day, that is one of the only keys to a man's heart. When's the last time you cooked a meal?
I don't believe that that's a female chore to keep a husband happy. So I don't want to perpetuate that. And if I loved cooking and it was met with like, hey, I love that you love cooking, like this means a lot to me, thanks, but you know you don't have to do this all the time, like I can pitch in or whatever. If it was met with that, I think I would love cooking.
So I wanted to talk about this because this actually hit me pretty hard. The clip is from the finale of Welcome to Plathville, with Ethan and Olivia discussing the collapse of their marriage. Now, I'm someone who does love to cook. I do the majority of cooking in the home, and I find it an almost spiritual way to look after and labor for those that you love. I'm fortunate in that I do have an incredibly supportive fiance, who is always showing off the dishes that I make and constantly bragging on me. But it is never an expectation. If I'm not feeling great, if I've had a long day and I'm tired, or I simply don't feel in the mood, then we just make other plans. There's no guilt and there's no coercion. But never have I been told that by not wanting to cook, not making a meal for my partner, that I love them less. My labor in the kitchen is not owed, nor is it held over my head as a loyalty test. I'm not told that this is one of the only ways my partner can have love expressed to them, and that I am unfairly and cruelly denying them that expression of love by asking them to open a packet of Hamburger Helper. It is something my partner allows me to freely do or not do for them as I see fit. The clip hit me hard because Olivia explains perfectly the level of selfish manipulation that is going on here. Ethan talks about wanting her to return to certain values, but Olivia rightly calls this out for what it really is, a way to shrink her, to diminish her, into fitting into a role that serves him at the cost of pieces of herself. And this contrast of attitude, how I as a man am allowed to express my love of cooking with complete freedom and gratitude, versus the expectation, coercion, and emotional manipulation that pressures women into that same role and forces them to make that sacrifice regardless of whether they enjoy cooking or not, is also used in other areas. Most notably in intimacy, where women are again expected to be coerced into performing that task, regardless of personal enjoyment. Otherwise it's taken as a cruel act of denial, preventing men from one of their only ways to experience love. Looking after the kids, same thing. Dad takes the kids and he's complimented for being such a good, involved parent. Mom wants the evening off, she's being unreasonable and just needs to push through. We've consistently constructed these gender roles in such a way that men have the freedom to opt out. But for women, these are obligations that not only speak to their level of commitment to the relationship, but call into question their very character. And so we shouldn't be surprised when our partners are done being forced to be miserable just to make someone else happy.